Right, hello, lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where Celtic are set to make their fifth signing of the transfer window, and it's all thanks to Postecoglou. But before we go any further though, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to help support the channel grow, and I would be forever appreciative if you guys did that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, as I'm sure we're all aware, the news broke out for you guys in Scotland yesterday, and for me it was late last night, that Matt O'Reilly was set to join Celtic on a £1.5 million transfer from MK Dons. Then, a couple hours later, he was already in Glasgow, set to complete a medical with the club. A deal that has moved so swiftly that it almost certainly could be announced prior to Celtic's cup tie against Alloa on the weekend. But due to the nature of how quickly this deal has progressed, it has left a lot of Celtic fans scrumbling. That is certainly not a word. Scrumbling is not a word. Scrambling is the correct word to find out about the lad. Mind my English, I'm very tired. So that's what I'm here to help with. Everything you need to know about Matt O'Reilly right here in the one place. So he is a 21-year-old, 188 centimetre tall attacking and box-to-box midfielder currently playing for MK Dons in the English League One. And he has only been at MK Dons since the start of 2021. He moved from Fulham's academy team. He was playing under 23s there, and he decided he wanted a starting spot at a professional club. Now, O'Reilly has taken this season so far of the League One by storm. You know, he has been absolutely incredible for MK Dons, and there's a reason why they're currently sitting fifth in the league, which is a promotion playoff spot. He's been crucial. He's started every single match so far this season for MK. That is 26 matches, and he's played 99% of all minutes available. So he has played a hell of a lot. He has played a hell of a lot this season, you know, and his stats reflect how important he has been to their setup there. He scored 7 times, assisted 5 times, so that is 12 direct goal contributions in 26 matches. Crucial to this success, as I was saying, and is the reason why they are in a promotion playoff spot. And you know what I got to say? We are basically signing a Thomas Rogic backup. Replica, regen, whatever you want to call it. A regen, great term. He is 1 centimetre smaller. Everything about his game replicates Tom Rogic. You know, he is really strong on the ball. You know, he loves playing in tight areas because he is very technically gifted. You know, he has a very strong passing game. He's a player who always likes to look for that final ball rather than to finish it off and score a goal, which actually isn't reflected in his stats. But it's very obvious that he's a very gifted with the ball at his feet. And physically, he is also very superior to a lot of players, especially at such a young age of 21. You know, is he the finished product that could knock Tom Rogic out of this squad? No, of course not. Who's going to knock the wizard out of this squad? Without a doubt, no chance. But is he a very handy backup and also a player who reeks of potential? Yes, of course. And he certainly is a player that the Milton Keynes. Yet again, I'm very tired. I'm sorry, guys. But they are gutted to lose him. The Dons fans are gutted to lose him. There's been comments floating around social media here saying £1.5 million is a steal for him. You know, it's daylight robbery. You know, it's just comments coming in and about how we are getting an absolute bargain. But then there are also the comments from people who are full of nothing but praise for Matt Young O'Reilly. You know, some calling him the most complete player in League One right now, technically gifted, composed on the ball. It's very apparent that he has got the fans love him down there at MK Dons. You know, I think he showed this season the talent he has, and it was being wasted in the Fulham Reserve Academy, but now it's up to him to take that next step and further develop as a footballer. Because at such a young age, it makes you wonder how good of a player can he be. Because look, I'm not an avid, you know, League One enthusiast. I don't watch the league on a regular basis. Heck, I don't even think I have watched an MK Dons match this season. I don't think I have. But for what I'm gathering from these fan comments and highlights on YouTube, with Tom Rogic almost certainly going to miss out on the derby and also a crucial match against Hearts away from home, if O'Reilly can hit the ground running, I have no doubt in my mind if he can continue his excellent form, if he does end up moving to Celtic, then I would not only feel a bit more comfortable heading into these very important matches, I'd also feel a little confident because it takes a hell of a lot to stop a player who is on form. We see it all the time, players who are in form, they just have a knack to, steal the show, be the star of the show. And hopefully if O'Reilly can continue that form from League One and make that transition very smooth, I think personally he could make himself a fan favourite within a matter of matches, without a doubt. But the question still remains, why is O'Reilly coming to Celtic? He had not been linked to Celtic at all prior to this. It was widely assumed from a lot of, journos and fans of MK Dons that he was actually going to move to Swansea City for £1.7 million. There was also talk of him going to Blackburn Rovers, both teams on opposite ends of the championship ladder. However, it were the only options he seemed, and it seemed he was tossing up between the two and about to make his decision. But why all of a sudden did he backflip on two championship clubs, one of which is in prime position to move up to the Premier League and choose Celtic? Well, a report from the Daily Mail is saying that it was all because of Ange. How much better can this guy get? How much more can we love Ange? More specifically, it reported that Ange had a personal intervention. I think he made a personal phone call to O'Reilly and had a lengthy chat with him and influenced his decision to make the move to Celtic and snub the two championship clubs. And it feels good being the club that isn't snubbed for once. I really, really do enjoy this feeling. It makes me almost wonder, imagine had we hadn't been snubbed previously in the transfer window. But in all seriousness, I do see this signing as a proactive reaction to missing out on Riley McGree. It's funny, we've gone from one Riley to the other. How about that? And while it does seem all happy days and that he is basically in the door right now, we all know that can change in a matter of hours. Something can always go wrong. It's never done until the club announces it. And look, I think it is a signing that I have been calling for a lot recently on this channel, not specifically signing Matt O'Reilly. I hadn't actually heard of him before now. But regardless, I've always been calling out for on this channel a backup for Tom Rogic, because even with Tom Rogic, history, injury issues, fitness issues, while albeit this season he has proved everyone wrong, he's proved me wrong, he's been playing 90 minutes week in, week out recently. One bad injury can absolutely ruin everything for him. And right now, with David Turnbull still injured, we need a short-term solution, and O'Reilly can be that solution due to his young age. He can also be a long-term investment and a player for the future. And, I 100% believe Ange sees it that way. He even said in a recent press conference, I can't remember exactly the quotation, I can't find the quotation. However, it was along the lines of, we're signing players who can make an impact now and make a difference now for the club, seeing as we are in a rebuild. However, the Ange is also looking at players who he can look for in the future, because as we all know, football is a business. You can't just go for the now. You have to look into the future and set goals and look to the future and plan ahead, because that is what's going to make a successful football club and a successful team. Something that Ange obviously wants to build, a successful squad. And look, I think right now, if O'Reilly can make that immediate switch, that transition very smooth, he's a great short-term solution to have right there, because as we all know, those three games, Hearts, Dundee United and Rangers, when Rogic goes to play for Australia, is David Turnbull going to be fit and ready? A lot of doubt still, but if he isn't going to be, we need that player who can play that cam role to fill in, because I personally think Rio Hatate is going to be called up to the Japanese squad, and he's right now our second best option, apart from Rogic. So we need O'Reilly in. I think we need a cam in without a doubt, regardless of the situation with Turnbull, because I still feel Turnbull's best position is box to box. However, obviously he can cover that cam role if necessary. So look, I think you guys can tell I'm very keen for this deal to go through. I think O'Reilly would make an immediate impact at Celtic. I think his transition will be a lot smoother than Liam Shaw and Asaza Urugide. Both those players came from League One. I personally think that O'Reilly will hit the ground running and will be in and around the first team, in and around the starting 11 in Tom Rogic's absence, and I think certainly be a player who's consistently on the bench when he returns, unless, he comes in and he turns out to be world class. We'll have to see what goes on there, but I really think we need him in, without a doubt. I want to see it go through. Hopefully this deal doesn't fall through like Riley McGree did, and hopefully in the coming days, Celtic will have announced their 5th signing of the transfer window, and he will be fit and ready to play for the Alloa Athletic game. A great game to breed him into the Celtic club, to the team, and to Ange's footballing style. But that is all from me. So remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below what you guys think about this new signing. Are you wanting to see him at the club, or do you think we should go for someone else? Leave it down there. I'll respond to it. And until next time, hail, hail.